Can we be interviewed by the dog?
Look at her, so much noise from a little thing.
Oh my god! Who's that?
This is my schnauzer. She's really noisy.
She's beautiful.
Thank you. She's gorgeous. She's got eyelashes that are like this long. They're huge. Hi there everyone, it's Babs here from Yarn People, and today I am on a chat with Sara and Helen, some of the organisers of Yarningham. This is the first time I've done a recording in quite this fashion, and so I'm a little bit nervous about whether the tech is going to hold up or not, but hopefully it will. And I will pass you over to Sara and Helen, who are a little bit nervous, so be kind. And we've got some exciting news about things that we have been planning for Yarningham itself. So over to you.
Hello, I'm Sara and
I'm Helen.
That's Helen. And together, no, sorry. So it makes it sound like we're an act, but we're not. So we're here with Babs today to launch the Yarningham 2020 design competition. So we're doing it because it's our 5th birthday. It's the 5th edition of Yarningham this year. And we are launching a competition for anybody to enter. You don't need any design experience whatsoever, just a really good idea. And we're asking people to submit a design idea for someone else to then develop into a knitting or crochet pattern. Must have some kind of birthday or Birmingham kind of link, and there's cash money to be won. What else do you want? We'd like to retell you a little bit about Yarningham and why we do this, which is actually a really good question. So Yarningham is a fibre festival based right in the centre in Birmingham, and we set up the festival because we were kind of sick of going to a field in X place, miles away from a train station or a bus station, and having to get somebody to take us to a yarn festival. And we'd done some research about opening a bricks and mortar shop in the centre of Birmingham, and when that became quite apparent that it just wasn't going to be possible for us to do it, how we were going to use all of that research that we'd done so that it wasn't just wasted. And the next best thing, or the next idea, was to actually have a festival. So we set it up. The kind of parameters around it were about it being inclusive and accessible, not just in terms of things like where it is. So it's really close to public transport. You don't need to drive to come to Yarningham. You can get the train and then get the bus. Or if you live quite close, it's really easy to get to on the public transport network of Birmingham. And then also accessible in terms of venues. So it's held at an NHS conference centre called the Uffculme Centre, which is a beautiful Victorian house, which is owned by the NHS, and they use it as a training and conference centre during the week. So it has brilliant facilities, fully accessible venue in terms of mobility, hearing, those kinds of things. Mm-hmm. And it's also it was built by the Cadbury family. For people who don't know, Bourneville is the home of the Cadbury family and is about 2 miles from where our venue is. So Birmingham, if you're in a certain part of Birmingham and the wind is blowing the right way, you can smell the chocolate, and it's actually true. You can probably smell it. So the house was built by Richard Cadbury and was then donated to the city, and then it was bought by the NHS. So it's a beautiful Victorian mansion, very fancy, big bay windows, stained glass, Victorian skylights, the whole deal, but is also really easy to get to, fully accessible in terms of mobility and things like that, and got a lovely garden that backs onto a huge park. It's the perfect venue, almost, nearly perfect, but nothing's Nothing's absolutely perfect, but it's pretty darn good. And then why did we set it up? There were other factors? You got to talk. I just feel like Helen's like, I'm like Neil Tennant, and Helen's like Chris Lowe from Pet Shop Boys. She doesn't say anything, but she's the actual talent, and I'm just the mouthy one at the start. So why did we? What other factors were put into setting up Yarningham?
So we wanted to have different people to a lot of the other yarn shows. We tend to see the same faces, the same exhibitors, the same dyers at the bigger shows, and we wanted to have smaller people, give new people a chance. And that's what we've tried to do, to make it different every year.
Yeah, so we have a policy in our selection process that we try and make sure that at least 50% of our marketplace is new to us dyers. So whether that's or designers or bricks and mortar shops. So whether that's they're actually new companies, as in just started, or just new to us, as in never exhibited at Yarningham before, we always try and have at least 50%. It's been more in other years, but this year it's just over 50%, isn't it? Yeah. But it's coming, don't worry. That's a really important factor to us, that it's not the same show year in, year out. It changes, it morphs, it develops, it grows in terms of the types of people that we have in the marketplace. And so this competition is it's kind of a celebration of that as well, really, that we want to find somebody new, a new designer, or even just somebody who doesn't think of themselves as a designer, but has got a brilliant idea and that can be translated into a new pattern. So that's one of the reasons. And then obviously birthday, we want presents, lots of presents, and good patterns with presents.
A pattern that incorporates presents all over the place is going to be a popular pattern. So people are going to submit their ideas, and then how is that going to be judged?
So we're going to ask a couple of people. We've not quite pinned down who exactly it's going to be, but we're going to have a small panel which will include myself and Helen and yourself, Babs, and possibly one or two other people, and they're going to judge the ideas, and then Babs is going to turn the idea into a workable pattern, and that will be featured not only in our brochure, the Yarningham brochure, will also be in an issue of Yarnpeople in September. Is that right?
September's issue, yes.
So it will be an new exclusive pattern for both Yarningham and Yarnpeople. And did we mention money? There's money, actual cash, money.
Yes, actual cash money.
Folding money. Wow, not change. It's not change. It's folding money.
Folding money. Fabulous. So we've got details on how to enter and where to enter and all the requirements. I'll put a link to that in the description box below, and there'll be a blog post on Yarn People, and there'll be a blog post over on your site as well. I'll put links to everything. So that everybody has all the relevant information. And when does the competition open?
So it opens on the 1st of February and it closes on the 9th of April.
Excellent. And then the results will hopefully be out quite quickly. So we've got, if you've got a copy of this month's Yarn People, there's a little sneaky peek which will tell you before the live date what the requirements are.
Yeah, really exciting actually. There's lots of new things this year. So it's been, fingers crossed, we'll get lots of lovely entries, and I'm hoping for a really good design. I think people have brilliant ideas for patterns and might not have either the technical ability to be able to convert it into a workable pattern, or maybe a bit daunted by the whole kind of technical side of things, of writing it down and producing a sample and tech editing and all that kind of stuff. So this is just, we want your ideas.
Yeah, I think everybody knows someone who's got that brilliant idea and says, but I wish I knew what to do with it.
Yeah,
and this is an excellent way of seeing that brilliant idea turned into something, and then it's going to be made up, and you'll get a copy of the pattern, and that will be, you can say, this is created from my idea. I inspired this. So that's really quite cool. If you've wanted to see something that you've imagined created into something physical and tangible, this is definitely the competition for you. This is a good way to go. Plus, of course, you get prizes and cash. It's all good. I don't see what the downside is. I know you've been nervous, and Helen, you've been very, very concerned about what the outcome will be, but hopefully it's not been too traumatic for you. And as I said, we'll put all the links down below, and there will be blog posts aplenty and over on Instagram as well. What's the Yarningham Instagram account?
No, it's just at Yarningham, YARNINGHAM.
Excellent. Again, we'll put all those links as well, so you can follow along and see the reminders and what's coming up and when the event is and everything itself. So until next time, I think we'll probably say goodbye before we push our luck with technology and other things as well. So until then, bye.
Bye.